Welcome one, welcome all to episode 84 of Keeping It Real. I want to start this one off by saying how grateful I am for this. Not everybody gets to do this. Not everybody gets to feel the way I feel when I turn this I just thank you all. It doesn't, there could be nobody listening. It is just so amazing that I get to, have a beard. Today is March 22nd, 2025. Well, technically it's March 21st. The way that my calendar goes is the date doesn't switch until I go to bed. I like doing it that way because, at least internally, because it allows me never to miss a night of sleep. Like, there's never a reality in which I think it's, for some reason, okay for me to stay awake through the night. And then the clock strikes midnight and it's the next day. No. It is only March 22nd when I have had a good night's sleep. So here we are. I just went downtown. I worked a big long shift at work today. And then after work, I called a friend. And I'm grateful to have a friend to call. I was just kind of feeling like I wanted to do something, see people, hang out. And it's Friday. And lo and behold, him and the guys were going downtown. So I got on my bicycle, went over there. I was going to pick up Chipotle on the way, but I just rode my bike right past it because, I don't know, I wasn't hungry. It's really important that you don't eat when you're not hungry. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Don't eat if you're not hungry. So, continuing on, I arrived at Valentine Commons right on the outskirts of North Carolina State University in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I knocked on the glass to get a passerby to open the door for me because it has a lock. And I do not live there. I do not have a key fob. And took my bike to the elevator, pressed number 7, and then I went to my friend's room, in which all 8 of them, I think, were just chilling, hanging out, being guys. They actually had Hinge pulled up on the TV. Somebody was airplaying their Hinge account. And I'm watching the way that he uses the app, and I'm kind of like, I'm digging into this guy. I have certain friends that I really give a hard time, and I think when I do that about the relationship between like Shaquille O'Neal and Kevin Hart, or like, I don't know, I feel like it's okay to be really mean, like, to people, like, if that's kind of how you two get along. But then again, like, there's not like cameras on us, and I'm not Shaquille or Kevin, and he's not, so I really like, I do battle with myself back and forth if like doing that sort of thing to people is okay, just kind of being a dickhead. I think you see a lot of that in fraternities. I think guys are really like fucking like, they're quick to just like call their buddy a dickhead or whatever. When the truth is, most guys, they're like that when they're with their friend, but when they're away, all they have to say is good things about their buddies. Whereas girls, on the other hand, this is quite funny, they'll be really nice and very nice, actually, in person with one another. And then if it's a group of 3 and one of them leaves, the 2 will just talk shit about the one that left. So I wonder why. I saw a comedic sketch about that. Regardless, I'm laying into this guy, and I'm like, dude, you're using Hinge all wrong. He spends so much time goo-goo gagaing at these girls' pictures. And when he finally, sees one that he wants to send a like, he presses the like button, and then he hesitates pretty long on the message box, and he doesn't ask any sort of question. It's always like say she likes a particular board game, he'll press the like button and he'll type, I don't know how to play. And it's like, how is she supposed to respond to that? Now, I'm going to now tell you, I took control. I went on my Hinge and airplayed the TV because I don't go on Hinge anymore. I mean, I have the app still. I still haven't gotten a single like. I got that one girl to like me, but she never responded to anything. Still no likes, right? So by the statistics, by the numbers, I should think that I'm awful at it. But for some reason, I took control of the TV and the phone, and I was like, watch how I do this. And I went on my Hinge, and every girl, it was just the first picture that I saw. Is pretty or not pretty. And, 75% of them are pretty. It takes a lot for me to see someone and be like, I don't like this person. They have to be like, look like they, I don't know, just off-putting, I guess. I don't know. This topic on its own is uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about this. But point is, I just like fire messages. Like I see somebody, I see the picture, and then the first thought that comes into my mind, I ask a question about it. And if I can't get a thought into my mind, but I know I think the girl's attractive, I'll just say, what are you doing this weekend? Or something that you could ask anybody generically. And I think that's the better way to do it. I don't expect any likes back. I think that if I did make a funny comedy skit video and put it on my Hinge, I would actually find some success. But simply put, that's not where my focus is right now. If you're a long-time listener, then you know I used to care a lot about Hinge, and I used to really care about the way I used it. But now days go by where I don't check the app once. And I kind of like it that way. I'm at the end of this month when my subscription cancels. I don't know. I am really focused on being outside in the daytime. I think that's a way better alternative to Hinge. And a couple episodes ago, I was talking about, shooting shots and Hail Marys, not like with girls, but with life. Like if you want to make a change, you have to just make the change. It's probably not going to succeed, but like you have to make it. You can't just talk about making it. So one of the things that I just want to make is me being outside in the daytime, me waking up in the morning. And I think that might lead to a scenario rather quickly, actually. I mean, I'm have an easy time talking to people, and I'm very outgoing. I know I have this fat beard right now, but, I always like to have like little things like my beard, or like say like I just was playing basketball or whatever and I didn't have time to take a shower, or like say like I think my hair looks bad. Like I like there to be little things when I'm going out in public where I think there might be pretty girls where I think might be like hindrances, or like things that like I think might like not be great about whatever, like my chances of success when it comes to like, this is all about finding a partner, a life partner. So chances of success of finding a life partner. And I've always thought of these things as like, okay, well, like I can overcome this or whatever. Like I never won't go somewhere because, I don't have clothes on that I think look cool. Like I always just go. You go first. So anyway, I'm just firing questions, and then the Hinge is off. And then, let's see what happened next. Then we go downtown. I played chess with one of the guys there who was really drunk, and I lost to him a couple times, or once I think, and then I beat him the next time just barely, but it was because he was hammered, and the way I beat him was like, I don't know. But anyway, then we go downtown, and downtown Schmowntown. That is a weird venue because it's like Hinge in real life. No one goes downtown because they are, I don't know, man. Like no one goes downtown for like you just don't see the people. Like I just don't think the girl that I really want to, it's not the place where I don't know what to say. Downtown is just a place. It's just a place. And I always get really excited when I'm going, and I'm always like, the possibilities are endless. But then like, I don't know. I think I hyper analyze downtown sometimes. And I think I should just kind of like let it be what it is. And what it is loud music, drunk people, and a good time. I had a really good time tonight. This is the first time that I've had a time like this going out in a good long while. We got there, and so for starters, when people get like drunk, like it kind of annoys me, I guess. I don't like to be it's like loud and, but we took Harris's car, and it was just Harris, me, and Jason, and they're like quiet, I guess. So like, I don't know. everything just seemed to fall in place tonight. And then we get there and we walk to the bars and we go into one, and it's just a place I've never been before, right? Starting the night off fire with a place that I've never been before. It was called Raleigh. I think that it was called the Beer Garden, and it was 2 stories, actually 3 stories, because your boy found the staircase to the roof, which was closed that night, but it wasn't blocked off, so you could walk up there. And on the roof, you can look down and see this club bar thing called Dogwood. Dogwood's a really popular place, and it's like the most packed place usually, I would say, downtown most nights. And it's where I knew we were probably headed next. So I just sat on the stairs and like looked down at the crowd. I thought about taking a video for Instagram, but then I was like, nah, I already filmed my Instagram reel today. There was one day a couple days ago, maybe yesterday or 2 days ago, where I posted like 3 reels in one day. And I still want to kind of take a while to figure out how I feel about that because, I don't know, it's just something new, something different. But I'm just watching the movement of the crowd and the workers sift through everybody and the bartenders make the drinks and no one knows I'm up there. I'm just 3 stories up looking down at all this completely alone, and it's awesome. Zzz, zzz, zzz. My phone rings. And I'm like, okay, I was expecting that. Harris called me and he came and saw what I was looking at, and then he was like, all right, let's go. And we went to Dogwood and we get in there. And, you know, Harris doesn't drink either, and he's a hyper intelligent man. And I see a lot of myself in him. He's like, it's just so awesome. Like, and I see a lot of things that I really want to be more than I see myself in him. Wouldn't mean to like say that I saw myself as hyper intelligent. Like, Harris is like, I love that kid. And let me tell you something. There was a time shortly after I met Harris where he really fucking pissed me off. And if you're out there and you're anything like me and you have someone in your life that is really bothering you, you really should figure out why. Because I'm telling you, it's very likely that it's nothing they're doing. It's just something you're thinking. And if you can get over that, I'm not saying, you know, you might figure it all out, figure out why this, why that. But if you can find a way to just get over that, because you shouldn't hate anybody ever. And if you can figure out a way to get over it, you might find what I found. And that's an amazing friend. Harris is just like such an amazing guy. I couldn't say enough awesome things about him. And I love to be around him the most when we're downtown because he doesn't drink just like me. And I feel I can relate. I feel like he can relate to me. It's just more fun to be with him than someone that's slurring their words, you know? Anyway, we walk into Dogwood, and Harris and I are always talking about like he's very with it in the same tenses when it comes to like how to women, you know? So we walk in, and I'm feeling like I'm thinking a lot about how I sort of took over Hinge earlier. And I was like showing the guys, this is how you do it. You know, you just say the first thing that comes to your head, bang, next one, bang, next one, bang, next one. Get in, get out of there. If you Google Gaga, that girl's profile, you're fucking with your own dopamine, and Hinge is bad for your health. Okay? You can make it work and it could be okay, but you just got to go, not like, not like, and get out. Okay? You can't be, you know, you can't lie to yourself and say that, you know, if you spend 15 seconds rather than 5 seconds looking at a girl's profile, you might know her 3 times better. No, dude. You might think that, oh, well, if I spend 30 minutes crafting this message and scanning her profile and thinking about who she might be, then like I have some sort of edge, or like you're just delaying a gamble. You're fucking with the chemicals in your head. Your brain is going off because it thinks that there's a hot girl in front of you, but there's not. You're just staring at a screen. You might as well be watching porn. Like it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. And matter of fact, like I don't know. I'm really looking forward to finding my life partner so I can kiss dating apps goodbye forever. I can't realistically say that I don't think I should be on them because I think I should. I don't think that I can want what I want without, you know, it's like I don't see why I would delete the app. Moving forward, we walk into Dogwood, Harris and I have this in my mind. Like I'm like, well, if I can do that with the Hinge, like, how about I be a man? Like, talk to a girl. And we step in, and I see this group of 3 girls, and they're right by the entrance. And I don't care about the 3. There's just one girl that's a part of the group. She's wearing this beautiful, keeping it real blue, like this bright Sharpie blue top. And she has like this face that looks like it was painted on her. You know, when you see a girl like that, there's plenty of them out there. You kind of like hesitate for a bit and you're just like, holy fuck. I love my life. You know, you just get like that. You just get happy just because they're like near you. And I immediately like just start pushing myself through, pushing, thinking. And I'm like, well, I remember on the way into Dogwood, we saw an NC State basketball player, Ben Middlebrooks. Let's go up and ask a question, give them something to answer. So I walk up and I say, have you guys seen Ben Middlebrooks? And it's kind of like this. I think what happened in that moment is that time slowed down. And this is what usually happens to me when I talk to pretty girls. Time, all of us, like the words leave your mouth, and then like everything slows down. It's like you're in the middle of a really important basketball game, and like you're laser focused and locked in, and you can kind of see where the ball's gonna go before it goes in. Everything slowed down, and I watched each one of these girls like react in their own way and notice one another's reaction. And then I notice, and then I like, you know, I'm just watching where the ball goes. You know, I ask my question and I'm pending a response, and I'm just standing there with my body language facing them. And I'm opened, right? I'm not, my arms aren't folded. I'm not looking at the ground. I'm there. I'm like, you'd think I probably had a couple of drinks in me. And then Harris comes right in, because I think they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, they're hesitant. And then Harris comes into my left, and he's like, no, yeah, Ben Middlebrooks. And he's like so totally stoked. And I'm like, this is awesome. My boy's here. Now I can watch the ball move a bit more, right? And then I probably stuttered or something. And I was like, yeah, Ben Middlebrooks, whatever. And then Harris, they talked to Harris, you know, for a while. I probably maybe put my arm around him. And it was like, this all happened in the span of like, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds. And then I think what Harris said is I think the girls maybe like started to turn their shoulder, I guess, or be a bit hesitant themselves of like, where's the conversation going? Maybe they weren't engaged. I don't know. And Harris just turned his shoulder and left. And then the whole time I feel like I'm locked in and I'm like really with it. And so I'm going to follow Harris because he's my friend. I'm not going to just like stay and bother these three girls. But as I'm walking away, I'm like, end on a good note up here. I think I don't want to just like leave. So I turn around, and because I think the whole time Harris was like saying like, you want to go say hey to him? Like trying to see if the girl, which is like, I valid, you know, listen, I love the guy. I stand by anything that he does. And they obviously weren't, I guess, like biting on that. I don't know. But it was that I think was a very good thing to try to do on Harris's end. And as I'm walking past them, I turn around and I'm like, if we meet them, I'll tell them y'all said hey. And they all smiled and said, okay. And like, that was like the end of it, you know? And then, that's just awesome. Like, I'm just so stoked that I did that. And I felt like I did a good job at it. You know, like if like, I felt really like cool about the way that I handle myself. I felt like if I felt the opportunity had arisen, I could have, you know, something, but like I felt like I was really playing the game and I played it the way that I want to play it. At the end of the game, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, when you're out there, you know, downtown and you're talking to girls and you're putting yourself out there, you got to do it your way. Like, yeah, I can give you tips. There's right ways, there's wrong ways. And, you know, there's things that you want to avoid and things that you want to try and embody, but it's just like YouTube. It's just like life. Like, you really got to think about who you are. Like, that's what it's all about, you know? And I thought that I really did a good job of that when I, you know, broke the ice and went up to them and said, hey, did you see the basketball player? And then it's like the five of us talking for a bit. And then when we're leaving, I'm like, all right, you know, if we talk to the guy, like, I'll tell him you guys said hey. You know, like, that was just like words, like it was just friendly words. And it was like who I am. And it was, I smiled and they smiled back. And I felt just awesome about that. And that kind of like set me, then I was just kind of like content, you know, whereas Harris was more so craving, it seemed. For the rest of the night, Harris is like, we got to talk to more girls, talk to more. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like, that's not, like, I don't want to, I don't feel like forcing myself on anybody else tonight, to be honest. Like, and we went and sat down at that place for a bit. And while we were sitting, I'm not going to lie, my mind was drifting to that one girl in the bright blue. And I was hoping maybe to run into her again. Maybe we'd like look at each other and I would feel like I could go up and, say something else. But that never happened, and that's okay. I don't know if I'll ever see her again, and that's just how it goes. I feel like I made her feel seen. I think that a big part of flirting is being respectful and being because I had someone comment actually on one of these videos that flirting by nature is childish, and that really intrigued me because I guess that it is. It's like you're trying to imply something without saying it, and that is intelligent, and it requires a high IQ to do such a thing, but it also is sort of immature to act one way but think another. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And well, how did I get here? I'm not sure, but yeah, we left that place, and then we went a door down to a bar called Alchemy. Alchemy is much smaller, and it's about 80% indoors. And the 80% indoors is really just this big rectangle with bars on either side, and then at the end of it is a huge DJ station, like high up there. And they play some loud, good music. I mean, it was the DJ that I like. I've been there once or twice, and I know the DJ, and I've danced there. And tonight, I was fucking feeling it. I think I was just really high off of, like, the self-appreciation and of, like, what I had done. Like, spoken to, broken the eye. I already told you a million times. But it really, like, made my night that I did that and was proud of it. So I was just fucking dancing, dude. I mean, you'd think that I was on the liquor. Like, I was dancing. And then we found ourselves in the middle of the crowd, like, smushed up against people. And it was so awesome. It was so awesome. There was, like, I don't know, there was this one girl that I had actually seen at the first place, who was, I thought the way that she moved was pretty. Like, I saw her, like, come into the initial tent when I had first seen her, and she was, like, leading her friends, and she was just, like, bouncing up and down, just, like, all about having a good time. And I was like, it caught my attention, right? I was like, who is this girl in this low black and white dress, like, with these high black boots on? Like, damn, like, I don't want to stare. Like, holy fuck. And I'm dancing in the middle, and I saw that she had came in, and I'm like, oh, I saw my radar, she's here. And then she goes to leave, and she's brushing past me, and she put her hands all over me. And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, that's awesome. She probably saw the way I was dancing, but you never really know. Maybe she was just really drunk and touching everybody. I'm not sure, but, like, I was, doing my thing, and when she went past me, like, she and I of course, like, I act in the way that makes me feel good, and around girls a lot of the time I act like they don't exist because I don't want to, and that was what I was doing there. I just kind of, like, I was just kept dancing, looking at the DJ. But I mean, how can you not? She was like, she brushed, like, she was like, her hands were everywhere on me. So, like, obviously I noticed that, and I thought, that was just, like, I don't know, gave me an ego boost. I don't know. So then we leave that place. And by the way, guys, these are, like, my inner thoughts. Like, I don't want you guys to think that I'm, like, super egotistical or self-absorbed. I don't have a guest, so I have to keep myself entertained. And part of that is just me recapping my night and my inner thoughts. I think it's valuable for me to give you my inner thoughts because I know everybody has them, but not everyone has an outlet to share them. And I think that if I can broadcast mine, it might give some of you peace of mind that really you're not that different from me or from anyone else that you see on the street. So we leave that place, and dude, that place was like, I had to take off this sweater. I was sweating. By the way, I put on this green sweater because at Jersey Mike's today, I was seeing people wearing the color green, and I was like, I'm going to put on green. They were, like, going out and they're wearing green for some reason. You never know. It's probably some fraternity thing. But anyway, um, yeah. So then, and like this throughout this entire time, the guys, I feel like these guys that I'm with, they, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't want to. I'm glad that I got to go with them. I love those guys. They're all so cool. And the night, there's a couple of funny stories at the end of the night that I'll just talk to you through the whole night. So then we go to this new bar, and I'm just really just jumping around. I'm glad that it's not like sweaty anymore, and it's like 150, 145. So in my head, I'm like calling it a night. Like that's kind of where I was at. I'm like prepping for the end, because I know I have this to do. I went out knowing that I hadn't had this done, so obviously, like, I can't, like, I have no room to be like, it's whatever, like, well, like I'm like reining it in myself, preparing myself to take my bicycle home and all that. And the guys are still, like, I guess hoping to get lucky, I think, up until the very last minute. And that's not me. I mean, I'm still riding that wave of talking to those three girls. I mean, I think honestly, that's the kind of thing that really gets me by. Like if I really hustle, I believe I have like one of those moments in me every single day. And I think a big part of what is going to eventually lead me to success is being awake in the daytime and going to the gym, going to a coffee shop. Those are the kind of places where I think that someone might actually, like, because at the bar, like, these girls, guys are staring at them all the time, and guys are probably approaching them all the time in much more crude manners, or like, maybe, you never know, maybe the guys have the exact same, like, these girls, like, it's not like downtown is a whole different experience from them, right? They're there with their girlfriends and they don't really care about you. But if you're at the gym or at the coffee shop, it's like, it's the day, like, you're getting through your day. Like, maybe it'd be nice to talk to a stranger for a little bit. Like, it'd be unexpected. Like, it would be something that you might enjoy. I don't know. I have a lot of optimism for me going forward. I think that I really am building the toolbox for success when it comes to meeting somebody and meeting them the right way, by being myself. By being myself. So yeah. Last time I had sex, it was with a 42-year-old woman. The next time I have sex, I want to have known the person for a long time. Long time. I don't know what the word long means, but I really want to put thought behind it. And I really want to, like, make it meaningful. Like, I don't, like, I don't want to just, like, be bored, Like, I want to, like, create something out of it, like, progress forward. I don't want sex to feel like I'm falling backwards. I want it to feel like I'm moving forwards. So yeah, I just kind of like ran out of steam. We're like halfway through the episode now, and I'm kind of just like, 30 more minutes to go. What am I going to talk about? I guess I could finish out my night for you, and I could try to do it a bit slower. See if I can really slow down and think about what just happened. So, it's 2 a.m. I'm already outside the bar waiting for the guys, but they're like waiting to get kicked out from the bouncers, like savoring each and every last moment, I guess. Respect. Gotta respect it. And one of the guys that's waiting outside with me is like pretty drunk. He's slurring his words, and it's pretty funny. and I'm just ready to start to walk to the car. And we start to walk to the car, and on the walk to the car, and by the way, some stranger dude gave me. Do I have them? Dude, check these rockin' shades out, dude. LTDLFF. I mean, these are like nice New York City sunglasses. Like, these things fucking kick ass, bro. Like, this is like some in stuff. Like, this is what the real hip kids of Manhattan wear. And he just hands them to me, and he's like, these are yours now. And I fucking love these, bro. I don't know if it's the beard or like, I just feel hella cool right now. And I love these. They're just so awesome. They fit my face good. Like, DIFF eyewear. Make a difference is what it says on the inside. Hell yeah. And there's even a serial number. Oh no, this girl, these must be expensive. This girl has her name on it says Katie. Damn, these must be expensive. They're monogrammed. It's etched in there. Her name is Katie. I'm sorry, Katie. Your glasses slay, and I'm gonna do them justice. I promise, girl. So yeah, I got my glasses on. We're walking, and I have them up like this. So first things first. Okay, all right. There's like a 3-part sequence to what's about to happen. So we're on the corner where you take a left to get off of Glenwood Avenue and head towards our car. Harris complimented a girl's bandana whom was on the phone. She took a liking to his compliment. He gave a one-liner back, and then all of a sudden, they have like switched phones. Harris had called Jason, and she was on the phone with whoever the hell, and they swapped phones. So now she's talking to our friend Jason, and Harris is talking to her friend. And so I'm just kind of there along the ride, like, this is crazy. And she then finds her guy that she was on the phone with, and they leave. And Harris finds someone he knows named something who's with this girl that, like, I didn't realize that she looked familiar until she got closer. And they're here, and it's all like very spontaneous feeling. And he cancels his Uber because they live at the same place, and we're going to take them home. And then I realized, ding, I know this girl. She is my best friend's ex-girlfriend, or one of my best friend's ex-girlfriends. And I'm like, damn, that is a predicament. So she probably recognized me before I recognized her. So then I was like, oh, we know each other. And I told Harris we knew each other through Taylor, but I didn't say like she was Taylor's ex, because that's her business. I ran into a girl tonight that Harris was like, how do you know her? And I know her from high school, but last time I ran into her, I was going out alone in the first place, and I wasn't having a good time. I didn't have one of those moments like I had tonight where like I put myself out there, and I don't know. I was just feeling gross and annoyed. So like I don't think she's actually, she really annoyed me that night because she asked me about my ex-girlfriend, and it's like, I don't even know you. Like, how are you going to ask me about that? Like, what? And she was really drunk and obnoxious about it. Not just like an innocent, curious question. She was like nagging me about it, and I was like, fuck off. Like, we don't even know each other. Like, this is such a dick thing to do. Like, I should look at you in your eyes and say, you're fucking hammered. Go home. You look disgusting. You're so drunk. Like, why are you this drunk? I would never say that. And I'm sorry to even say that I've thought it, but I'm just saying I was having a bad night. Okay, I think she's actually fantastic. And I've been sloppy drunk more times than anyone on this planet. So I'm no one to talk. She's a great person, and I love to run into her. I don't even know why I thought of that just now. I don't even know where I was heading towards. Anyway, and I also, same with this girl that we're now taking home that is my friend's ex-girlfriend. You'll remember that story that I went downtown, like, I think like 5 episodes or a couple episodes ago, a week, like 7 episodes ago, probably, with my boy. And when he saw his ex and he was hammered, you'll remember what I did. I waved and was nice. I think guys sometimes are like, you're with some guys and they're like, oh, if she's your ex, bro, like, we hate her. Or like girls will do that too. Like, if he's your ex, we hate him. I feel like I'm a guy, right? So I don't know. I can't really speak for on the girl side, but like at least for the guy, like guys, come on, like it's just a relationship that didn't work out. Like you don't have to like flick her off behind her back and avoid her in public. Like you can go up and say hello. You know what I mean? Like it's not like be human, okay? It's not like don't be I don't know. Don't be evil. Be good. Be good. So I feel that maybe this I imagine. So this is what I imagine, right? Everybody is in the center of their own world. So you got to put yourself in this girl's shoes, right? She's with a friend who just canceled the Uber, and now she's coming home in a friend of a friend's car with me, who she only knows through her ex-boyfriend. Right? Breakups are really hard. They put a lot of stress on the human body and the mind. And you can only imagine that, she's just thinking thoughts. I don't know what kind of thoughts she's thinking. I don't really know what, how she's going about thinking it. But I just know that she's probably thinking a bit more than usual. You could even use the word stressing. So I feel like it's my responsibility then to just kind of do the things that I need to do to make me feel good like myself. And myself is someone that is kind. So when it comes to, hey, Jack, well, you guys know each other? How do you know each other? I just say through Taylor. I don't say like this is Taylor's ex-girlfriend, because that's like calls it into like that's me letting her know like, hey, listen, like, things don't like, I feel like just the way that I said that right there, it in my mind translates the idea to her, even without speaking, that hey, like we're good. Like I Taylor's my boy, and I know you, and you're cool. Everything's cool. Like I'm not a part of this, and your business is your business. And I even brought up Taylor's name on accident, like on the sidewalk walking back to the car, but then I just changed the subject. So we get in the car and we drive back to where we live. And these two are talking about like after party at my place. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I know that I'm leaving. I know that like there's not like I'm not staying. Like, but I go anyway, and I see like their places, and like there's, I don't know, everyone's just drunkenness in the air. And I just really wanted to pee first, I think. So then I do that, and then I go up, grab my bicycle. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So as the five of us are walking to the car, this woman is on the ground. She's on the ground, and we're like, get up. Like, I'm not drunk, but I'm having fun yelling. Like, it's late night downtown. Like, it's just like, I'm having a blast. You got to get up. Come on, get up. You got this. And she finally stood up with the help of what seemed to be like her boyfriend or something. And I don't know who said what, but somehow either the guy or the girl shared with us that the girl had a remote controlled vibrator currently attached to her. I mean, I heard that, and that was like, dude, that's the kind of thing that like let's put it this way. I'm on Instagram, and I post an Instagram reel every day. And yeah, I want to gain a following and have, a ring to my name, and, build a, something. And a quick and easy way to do that would be like something crazy, like just starting porn, like making an OnlyFans, like posting naked pictures. Like, I could just talk like extremely vulgarly about sex, or like, I could go like just crazy, anything for like to keep someone's eye. But the way that would work is people, like, most likely someone would find that piece of content or whatever, and it wouldn't be that they liked it. It wouldn't be that they liked it. It would be that it's so crazy and so insane that they have a hard time looking away. Like a car crash, everyone rubbernecks on the highway. So we see this girl and this guy, and they relay the information. They let us know, which is so crazy, that, like I just said, she has a remote control vibrator attached to her, and he has the button to activate it. I stepped back from this. I literally took a physical step back from the whole group, And I'm watching everyone's reactions. Everyone's like, what the fuck? Like, what? You know, everyone, like the drunk people are just displaying their drunkenness. And everyone's just like, what are you? What? And that's just the end of that story. Like, that's just the end of that story. Yeah. So, yeah, then we walked to the car, went home. And then I biked here and turned up the camera. And here I am, dude. Episode 84 of Keeping It Real. We're knocking on the door of 100. I wonder if anyone's going to tell me congratulations for 100 episodes. Now that I've said that, I'm sure one of you might remember to do it. When I was downtown on the dance floor just tonight, a younger gentleman turned around and gave me those eyes. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm starting to get kind of familiar with those eyes. And I just kind of figured, like, he's seen me. He has seen me online. And let's see how he goes about it. The first thing he said was, "Are you Kadis' brother?" And then I'm like, ding, ding. Not only has he seen me, but, like, there's a reason for him seeing me. It's not just random. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, you know, Ike. Like, but it's like the beat is so loud. It's not time for a conversation. And he's had a couple drinks, you know, like, so I'm not too engaged in it, but I'm just like trying to hear what I can hear. I'm not like, if I don't hear it, basically, I'm not saying like, what'd you say? I'm just like nodding. And, he's like, dude, yeah, I see you on Instagram. I caught that part. And I'm like, yeah. And then he turns his back again to me. And he's like, oh, it was funny how he did it at the beginning. He turned to me, looked at me, and was like, I know you. And then turned around. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, that's crazy. But then he turned around, tell me he's seen me on Instagram, turn back around. Then he turns back around a final time, and he puts his hand on my shoulder. You know how drunk people do it. And he grabs my hand, and he's like, keeping it real. I'm like, fuck yeah, keeping it real, bro. Like, that's what I'm going to do right now. Like, that's made my night. Made my fucking night. Happened at work today, too. Someone came up and said, I saw you on Instagram. And if that ain't the coolest shit ever, you know? Like, I give that person a reason to interact with a person. You know what I mean? Like, that's... Social media is so fucking useful. Like, I give this person a reason to interact with a person. If it's me, it's me, you know? If... I know sometimes on my Instagram stats I post something that's maybe a little bit different, a little bit cringy, maybe you say, and I see a lot of like Instagram shows how many times your post was sent to people, and sometimes that number is pretty high on certain posts. Like, for example, the one where I was rapping in the middle of that big crowd, or the one where I said like NC State declined me, or the one where I was at Jersey Mike's, or the one where I was at NC State's campus when it was snowing on like Lime scooters. Those get lots of sins. Like, those get shared around a lot. And I think it's scary, right? Because you think, like, what are people saying behind my back? Like, are they making fun of me? Like, why are people sending this to people? Is it because, like, they say, well, look how stupid this guy is. Like, look how dumb this stuff is. Like, they just like to get a quick laugh. But then I think, like, even if that's the case, even if every single one of these sins is somebody sending this to a group chat where everyone just laughs at it and says, look how stupid Jack is. I bring people together regardless. People laugh, you know, like, it's like, that's what it's all about. Like, it's not about like, it's just trying to run away from me being in my room watching YouTube videos, wondering when I'm going to fucking do something. That's all it is. You know, like, I'm just trying to fucking do something. Like I think so many of you, if you are under the age of 21 right now and you're tuning in, do you have a something? It might be school. I've found that a lot of people find themselves through school, and that's why it has value. Although I have to say, I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast on my bike ride home, and I do believe I am severely undereducated. Matter of fact, I think I am just educated enough to know that I am undereducated. I think that this podcast would benefit greatly in quality if I got a bachelor's degree. I think that this internet thing that I do would be pushed miles further if I attended a university and got a degree. Seriously, I really do. And it's seriously in my plans. But for some reason, I just feel like, I don't know, for right now is just not the time. Right now is not the time. There's, the deadlines are gone for fall. I mean, you can get in certain places. I could probably get into App State for the fall, but I don't want to be at App State. I want to be at North Carolina State University, or I want to be at Pace University in Manhattan. Those are the two places that I think I really want to be. I can't pick up everything I have here, my job, my friends, my everything, and go to Boone, which is a tiny city, just for school. I can't. I could honestly, and I do think about it. And honestly, a year might pass, and it might be time for school, and I might choose App State. I can't tell you what might happen, but all I know is that I'm not kidding myself. I need a degree. I refuse to set the example of like, oh, you don't have to go to college. Or I refuse to set the example of, oh, if you have the opportunity to go to college, it's perfectly fine to let it pass by. Opportunities are few on their own, much less giant mega ones like the opportunity to go to school under the payment of your parents. That is something so amazing that I have been given. I can't let it go. I would not be a good person. I would not be a good role model to my brothers. I would not be a good host of Keeping It Real. And I would not be a good tender of my own mind if I just decided that it'd be okay if I passed up on the opportunity. So anyway, I forgot what made me start talking about this. I forgot what made me start talking about this. About this. About this. Baby girl, let me see you do your dance. Let me see you twirl. Let me see you shake it with club with the homegirls. I love Drake. Who's calling my phone? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling my phone? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling my? Is it Stacy? Is it Keisha? Is it Becky? Is it Nina? I love Drake. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not let him go to cell block 1. Man, I'm so proud of myself. Guys, you don't know, like, you don't really get, like, you don't get, like, how low that I've been. Like, I have been low. I have been dark. And I'm here. I love here. Maybe I might love here a little bit because I know in the back of my mind when this episode is over, I might DoorDash McDonald's. That might be true. Okay. Don't sue me. I'm in love with love, baby. I am in love with love. Let me hype myself up some more. Whatever girl gets lucky enough to find themselves with me as their partner, get ready for a lot of laughing. A lot of good times, and just an easy life. I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to become who you need, okay? I'm not worried about if you're what I need. I'm sure you're perfect. There is nothing in me that denies for 1 second that you're not perfect just the way you are. What I do have in me is this urge to become that missing piece to your puzzle. I want to fit the groove of your life to your demand. I was thinking lately, I know this famous YouTuber, Kelly Wakasa, and he lives in New York City, and he lives in the same building as his girlfriend. And his room has no bed. He has a tiny couch. That's it. Because his room is an office, a studio, if you will. And that's because his girlfriend is right downstairs, and he spends probably every night, I would imagine, in her bed with her. And I think that's like very relatable to me. My ex-girlfriend always wanted to stay at her place. And for some reason, I was like, I wanted her to come to mine. And it's like, why? Why did I care? Like, why didn't I just live at her place? Like, that would have made her happy. Like, why couldn't I have done that? I could have done that so easily. Like, and it would have been so painless for me to just, okay, I'll just sleep in your bed every night. Like, no problem whatsoever. Like, and I don't know. I like, I know you're not supposed to, like, it's like when you go and hit on a girl, you're not supposed to think 5 lines into the conversation. You're just supposed to approach her in the first place. I know I'm not supposed to be thinking about, like, having a girlfriend and, like, you know, staying at hers so I can have mine be a place of work, you know, like, and it's not that I want, it's not because I, like, okay, I know I'm not supposed, I feel like I'm not supposed to be thinking this way, but I'm having fun doing it, so I'm going to continue. And I want to say this. It's not because I want my room to be a place of work. I don't care. Like, I sleep here, I work, it's whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, I want her to be happy. And I think knowing girls, the way that I know them and the experiences that I've had, a lot of times women say something like this. They say, I want you to know what to do without me telling you. That's like a big woman thing. And to guys all the time to guys, you're like, what the fuck? Like, why can't you just tell me? Like, if you want flowers, just ask me for flowers. I'll get you flowers. No, man. Girls want you to go and get them flowers because you wanted to get them flowers. And I can say that, but I don't really understand that. Like, I know at times, like, I can come off as, like, kind of a little bit gay and, like, slay sister, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't, like, I am super, like, I don't get that shit. Like, I'm just like every other guy, I think, when it comes to, like, why don't you just tell me what you want? Just tell me what you fucking want so I can goddamn do it. It's not what it is, dude. It's not what it is. It's like, oh, okay, like, you think she might want something? So give her everything. Give her everything you got. Are you scared of what that might do to you? Are you? Because that's what I want. That's what I'm after here. I want to give her everything I got. Because maybe I'm a little nervous. I'm a little scared of who that might make me become. But I'm ready. I'm ready for the first step, and I'm ready. I want it. I want change. You know, I want that future. And I feel like that's like a sense of, like, I feel like there's so many ways that you could take that, right? Like, if you're a girl and you're this age and you're in a relationship and your boyfriend, like, kind of ends the day every day at your place, you know, most days at your place, unless you specifically say, like, you know, I've had enough of you, go to your place, you know what I'm saying? But like, most days, like, he finds his way to your place and your bed, showers in your shower, and you guys sleep together in your bed. That is, you know, that is like, you might feel like a sense of control over the situation. Like, this boy, like, he comes here without me asking him. You know, he likes me. And it's up to me to decide whether or not I want to be with him or not. And that's, like, empowering to a woman, I think. That's, like, it's a safe feeling. Like, it's like he wants me, and he does what he thinks he needs to do to, I don't know, like, keep me, I guess. You know what I mean? And I just am excited, man. I want to try my hand at it again. I think that I'm ready. But it's going to happen when it happens, and I am not forcing shit. I think I forced my last relationship a little bit. I think I did. And you can go either way with it because, like, technically nothing's ever forced. Everything happens because it happens. But I think I can do better. I think I can ease myself in better. I remember I put emphasis on easing in last time, but it kind of got lost in the motion. You know, a month passed and all of a sudden we were having sex. And it was like, how did this happen? I didn't think this would happen this soon. You know, I didn't think, like, this wasn't supposed to, like, I kind of let lust beat me, you know, and I feel like that made everything a little bit unstable. I've talked about this in previous episodes. But this time, it's all about, it's just, I'm back to myself. I'm being myself and doing what I know and hear is right. And what is right is the utmost respect for your partner and her body, and the utmost, responsibility, courage, honesty. It is just virtue. You got to just live that life. You know what I mean? You live that life. It's like, dude, all those nights you've spent, like, fuck, man, I just wish, like, this or that. Like, why can't I just meet a girl and do this? Like, whatever. It's like, when it's time, okay? And when the time comes, you are the change. You don't wait for the change. It's not like some of the worst relationships are just the ones where people wait around for shit to happen. You know? It's like, why are you even, like, what? Like, what are you doing with each other? Like, you're just waiting around for something to happen. Like, this is the most degrading thing. You're insulting yourself and you're insulting your partner also. It's just the most negative relationship. The best love, the kind of love that changes worlds, moves lives, defines stories, writes movies, is the kind where that relationship is everything. It's the kind where, like, she is your life. And it's like, dude, I know when I say she is your life, you might think, like, whoa, back up, buddy. Like, that's not, like, yeah, obviously she's not going to be your fucking life a week after you meet her. Obviously, a stranger is not going to be your life. Okay, but it's like each day, it's those small little things. You know, you open the car door for her. You know, you tell her she looks nice. Even when you feel stressed, even when you feel like over, we're coming to this episode's coming to an end, but you get what I'm saying. Even when it's been a long day and, like, you don't, you kind of just want to be alone. You still tell her, you look really nice today. You know what I mean? It's like that strength. It is the you make it happen. Nobody's going to make it happen for you. My younger brother is dating a girl right now, and I think that he's doing a fantastic job. I'm really, really proud of him. It's crazy these days. It's crazy. And Ike, if you're listening to this, bro, I look up to you. You are doing awesome. Seriously, I see the way that you do things and how you handle stuff, and I've seen you be stressed before, and I admire you. I admire it, and I admire you. So yeah. So I hope that this was, I don't know. I wonder if a girl would listen to this and be like, "Oh, I like him." Like, I wonder, because I think that like this is good, because once again I'm being myself, right? So because I'm being myself, I have no, like, regrets or hesitations to what comes out of my mouth. But I just I'm curious to know if you are out there. I don't drink coffee. I'll do whatever you want to do. just get in contact. It's not that hard to get in contact with me. And maybe these episodes will start to become all about you. If you think that these episodes could have a little bit more about you in them, then send me a text. We'll spend some time together, and I'll talk about how I really feel to the camera. With that, this has been Keeping It Real. I appreciate you guys so much. Coming up, I want to have sponsors. I want to have guests. I want to make this a better place. And I think you guys trust that I'll do it. So I love y'all. Good night.